The Trinamool Congress, which is already under the scanner for its links in the Sarda scam, is now facing a new crisis. A bomb blast at TMC leader's house in Burdwan has put the Trinamool under the scanner yet again. The BJP and the left are now alleging that Trinamool Congress is harbouring anti-national elements.
Trouble seems to be mounting for West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, already on the back foot over the Sarda scam. This time, a TMC leader is being accused of harbouring terrorists plotting blasts in India. Last Thursday, Burdwan was rocked by a massive explosion in a building owned by a TMC leader. 3 youths were found in a pool of blood. Apart from blast debris, the cops who rushed to the spot were startled to find huge quantity of explosives and jihadi documents with reference to Al-Qaeda and Ayman al-Zawahiri. 2 women who were inside the room were taken into custody. 3 injured youths were sent to Burdwan Hospital, where 2 were declared dead. Another is still battling for life. Parties across the spectrum are now cornering the TMC. The BJP going to the extent of saying that the local police tried to brush the matter under the carpet.
Why?
It's a serious question that is being asked of the Mamata Banerjee government as far as this case is concerned. 2 suspected Indian Mujahideen terrorists are dead, alleged bomb makers who died while they were making the IED. To discuss this topic more, I have Sudhanshu Mittal from the BJP joining us today. Also, PK Misra, security analyst, and joining us also is Paranjoy Guha Thakurda. He's a political analyst. Of course, all these guests are going to discuss this with us. We also tried to get a representation from the TMC, but so far we have not received any answer. Let me begin with Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal. Sir, it's a serious case. Of course, investigations are on. But it seems, as the TMC is alleging, the BJP has started politics in terror.
I'm very saddened by the response TMC has to this very, very grave and serious issue. We've been hearing about attempts by Al-Qaeda to create terrorist attacks in India and create panic across the board. The communal politics of TMC is well known to all of us. The only endeavor the party seems to be having right now is to aspire for the Muslim vote bank, which is a huge vote bank in terms of electoral dividends there. But that's okay. That may be your politics. I'm not even concerned. I'm not even bothered. What bothers me is that if revival of terrorism is to be encouraged in a state like West Bengal, and the operatives of IM are to be housed by the activists of TMC, and then the response, instead of uncovering the truth, is it is BJP which is trying to malign the TMC. I think TMC needs to do introspection.
Absolutely.
Politics of terror. Politics of terror is something on which the entire nation needs to unite itself. It goes beyond any political dividends that any party may draw out of this.
Absolutely. Let me quickly bring in the other panelist also. Before I go to Mr. Mishra, Mr. Thakurda, you know, the kind of response the TMC has come up with is expected. There are serious questions that need answering. Of course, the house in which this blast took place was of a TMC leader. That cannot be denied. There was lapse by the police. They did not inform the central agencies as soon as they discovered it. That cannot be denied. But Mukul Roy comes out and says that it is just an attempt by political parties to malign them. Mamata Banerjee has not spoken. How do you augur TMC? It cannot be a conspiracy against their government all the time.
Ankit, let me try and put this in a certain perspective. The facts of the case will be unearthed by the respective investigating agencies. What concerns me and what worries me is the attempts that are being made to polarize West Bengal along communal lines. And for this, I hold the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Trinamool Congress and the left parties guilty to a greater or a lesser degree. Let me place some facts. Over a fourth of West Bengal's population, some would say it's closer to 30%, are Muslims. There are certain states where the Muslims are, are about almost a third of the population, or close to a third. The particular district where this has happened, Burdwan, used to be a bastion of the left. With the left on the decline and the BJP on the rise, the BJP is seizing this opportunity to pit itself against the Trinamool Congress. Now, the Trinamool Congress was also weak in Burdwan. Now, 1 minute. Give me one more minute. You know, West Bengal saw some of the worst communal riots in the history of this subcontinent in the 40s. After partition, after 1947, through successive governments, Congress, United Front, again Congress, left for 34
Mr. Chaguda,
years.
you know, a point taken that there is an attempt to polarize the environment. But sir, my very straight question is that there might be attempt by the opposition parties to gain politically out of it. But the way the West Bengal government has gone about their affair in this matter, in this particular case, you cannot deny the fact that the investigation in the beginning was shoddy. In fact, it borderline covering up the entire matter. The SSP collected evidence. He has not submitted them to NIA. They did not even go out and inform the investigative agency, Central Investigative Agency, within 1 day. It seems that the government already is trying to cover it up because the TMC leader is involved.
Ankit, Mr. Siddharth Nath Singh has made his allegations. Mr. Mukul Roy has made the counter allegations. Sitting here in Delhi, what do you expect me? I don't know the facts of the case. If you want me to speak, I will speak to you as a political analyst. I don't know the facts of the case. I am not in Burdwan. Neither are you.
I'm also expecting a reply as a political analyst. I want from you to understand the kind of response that has come from the party in governance there.
This response has been along predictable lines because the Trinamool Congress is no longer perceives the left to be its principal political opponent. It perceives the Bharatiya Janata Party to be its principal political opponent. Your security analyst will tell you how West Bengal and Bangladesh have had a porous border. Now, I don't think it's in anyone's interest, whoever is in power, to have West Bengal become a haven of terrorists across the world. And let me put it this way, that what we are seeing is a very, very deeply cynical game that is being played by all the three major political parties. I'm not leaving out anybody. Okay?
Absolutely.
The RSS has had rallies.
Let me very quickly also bring in.
There is an attempt to polarize West Bengal along communal lines.
Mr. Mittal, I'll come back to you for a response on this. Let me very quickly bring in Mr. Mishra in the debate, sir. First of all, your perspective on the way this case has been handled. So far, what we know is that this bomb blast took place. The police was late in collecting evidence. Then they collected evidence, did not inform the central agencies. How serious are the lapses by the West Bengal police? Does it not look like they are trying to cover up?
Yes, Mr. Ankit, I have listened this discussion, political discussion. In fact, it is a great threat to the national security, and we should not take it politically, and we should not involve political parties into this. If first I will let you know, the 3 persons out of those, two of IM, they were killed and 1 was injured. These 3, they belong to Murshidabad and Nadia and Mednapur. You can well imagine Murshidabad, Nadia, and particularly Nadia, Tehat area and Karimpur area. I have seen the total border of West Bengal with Bangladesh and the complete Bangladesh border with India. And these are the places where the border is very porous and there is every possibility that the ISI and the Al-Jawahiri and the Al-Qaeda, they are trying to enter into India, and we are having a threat to the national security by
serious troubles because of that porous border. I really would have to slip into a very short break at this moment. Let me come back and we'll continue with this debate. We'll get a response from Sudhanshu Mittal also, and also understand why West Bengal has become such a hotbed of my guests are still with me, and we are of course discussing the serious allegations that have come on the TMC after that bomb blast in Burdwan. Mr. Mittal, you wanted to make some points. It seems that the TMC, and as our political analyst also suggesting, it's only politics being played. Everybody is trying to garner as much as leverage as they can after this dangerous act.
Ankitji, it's a very, very serious issue. I, at the very onset, would like to, counter what Mr. Guha has said. Accusing us of having communalized the politics of West Bengal on this issue, I think it's a very unfair statement. If fighting terror is communalization, certainly I'd rather be a communal element than to be a secularist. If national security is communalizing, then so be it. What have we been saying? We have been saying that terror has no religion. What is expected of the state government is it should handle the incident of terror with the seriousness it deserves. Yeah. Instead, what is it doing? It's trying to politicize the issue. The delay of reporting this matter to the NIA, what is the reason? It may hurt a particular community. I mean, if this is the perverseness of the mindset of the administrators of West Bengal,
whether it's going to hurt a particular community or not, but it certainly seems that there was some attempt to cover up whether it was for a particular leader of the TMC. That needs to be investigated and questioned. I'm really sorry, gentlemen, I'm completely out of time on this debate. I thank all our guests, Sudhanshu Mittal, Parunjoy Guha Thakurda, and also Mr. Mishra for joining us with their perspective on this story. But here's hoping that politics does not play its role as far as this serious case is concerned. It's a suspected case of terror, and it should be investigated with all the seriousness.